Hi, my name is Kylie Metzger, and I would love to work at a CIY this summer because I have witnessed and experienced firsthand the way the Lord moves at CIY events. I went to move for 3 years in high school, and at my very first one, I rededicated my life to Christ, and that was a huge turning point for me in my walk now. If I hadn't been there, I would have not, I wouldn't be where I am today at a Bible college. I would be just not following God's plan for me. And so I'm so thankful for the Lord's providence in that example. And I'm thankful for CIY that that week spoke to me, and the Lord worked through that. And the next year I decided on my college major after much prayer and finally letting go and letting God. I decided on a social work major as my form of kind of ministry, that this is what the Lord has called me to. This is what I'm made to do. And this is who I am made to be. I'm made to be a social worker. So that those two experiences alone are enough to absolutely adore CIY events. And I have friends who decided on their callings to ministry at CIY, and just the way the Lord moves in students and in student leaders. Like, the leaders always surprise me. They come away refreshed and renewed as well, and so I think that's very important. And it's a whole lot of fun. Like, I had such a good time. I know I attended the one at Lee University in Tennessee, and like we got to go whitewater rafting, that was like on the free day, which was so fun. And then just the different games and the morning show, it was just a whole lot of fun and a way to present the gospel for us, and in a way that makes us listen. So, the next question I'm going to answer is, what is the best book you've read this year and why? So my answer is like twofold. The best books I've read are The Child Caught It and The Lost Boy, but they go together. It's part of a trilogy, but I haven't read the last one, so that one's probably part of it too. But The Child Caught It and The Lost Boy by Dave Pelzer, so good. They're definitely not for the faint of heart. The Child Caught It is the first one, and it's about his experience as a child being severely abused by his mom. And The Lost Boy is about his experience in foster care and finding a foster family and graduating from foster care. And it was just so impactful. It was a good reminder as to who God has created me to be. Obviously, I had such a strong reaction to these books. I am passionate about like vulnerable people. I like wanted to jump in there and help him and like shake his mom, wanted me like, what are you doing? And I was like trying to diagnose her in my brain, even though I am not a licensed psychologist. In my limited psychology knowledge, I thought I could do that. But anyway, it was just so good, and it was definitely like a reaffirmation from the Lord that, I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And they're just so good for everyone to read because everyone kind of comes into contact with child abuse, and it's like talks about how to identify it, and talks about how foster families can impact children. And I just think that's good for the kind of Christian community to take note of and support. So anyway, they were just so good. I don't know if other people will have as passionate a reaction as I did, but I thought they were really good. Okay, and if you would be a fictional character, who would it be and why? After much thought, I finally decided on Alice in Wonderland. I'll admit that I have not read the original Lewis Carroll books, but what I'm speaking on now are the like new live action Disney movies, which I thought were really good. Um, and especially in the second one, in Alice Through the Looking Glass, I think it's called. She is just such a strong, independent woman, and that inspires me. And then all throughout, like in the first movie and the second, she talks about doing all of these impossible things, and like yes, like it's just when we think about it like through a Christian lens, um, we can do impossible things or things that people say are impossible, and there are people doing impossible things all over the world, and I think her motto is sometimes I like to think about 10 impossible or doing 10 impossible things before breakfast, and that's just so good, like so good to hear, especially for me, for a Christian who can sometimes get stuck in the monotony of I I don't want to like the monotony of a Christian lifestyle, like just going through the motions. You can do impossible things, and God is there, and He's enabling you, and there's nothing that you can't do if He has willed it. So that's just so good for me to hear. So I am sorry about the low quality of this video. Editing is not, or cinematography is not my strong suit, but I really hope that you consider me for a position. I would absolutely love to work at CIY and help to impact students the same way I was impacted. To add on my first answer, the student interns, I remember they were always so incredibly helpful for us and for our group leaders, and they made us feel welcome, and our group leaders, while our group leaders kind of took care of like logistical things, they like played games with us and ate with us and just all kinds of things, and it was a really great experience as well. So I hope that this that you consider me, and thanks for watching.